An old neighborhood transformed by new ideas. The rise of Nora, North Railroad Avenue, breathing new life into downtown West Palm Beach.
Turn-of-the-century buildings are being turned into a new live, work, and play district. Let's go on the record.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott and Nathalie Pozo.
Good morning. The new development known as Nora is bringing retail, residences, and hospitality to revitalize a West Palm Beach neighborhood. And joining me this morning is Ned Grace, co-founder, managing partner at NDT Development, leading the way on this. This is an exciting story for a lot of people who feel a connection with downtown West Palm Beach. Let's talk about first coming up with the name and the branding for all this, because it's significant.
Sure. So North Railroad Avenue is the central business district in Nora. So it's as N-O-R-A for North Railroad Avenue. North Railroad Avenue was historically was the site of the Flagler Railroad Station in the 1920s. So a group of industrial buildings were built along the railway. We purchased all of those buildings over the last 5+ years and are completely, adaptively reusing many of those buildings and then building a bunch of new buildings as well to create sort of our central core to our neighborhood, which will feature, more than just retail, dining, and whatnot. But that's where Nora comes from.
How many blocks are we talking about here?
So it's about 5 blocks in total. We don't control everything in Nora, but we control the central main street, which is North Railroad Avenue, and then we control about 10 acres of land, which is slated for residential, office, and hotel.
And then tell me what attracted you to North Railroad Avenue.
So we were actually developing a hotel on Palm Beach called the White Elephant, and we were driving over the bridge each day, and this sort of under-invested area in West Palm Beach just to the north that we would drive past every day sort of struck us as being interesting. And when we got back there and saw the buildings that existed, combined with the opportunity for a larger master plan, we started assembling the real estate and took it through a long master planning and entitlement phase. Worked closely with the city, and it was big enough to make a difference and to become a real game changer for West Palm.
So let's talk about the overall vision for this. You mentioned some of what it is, but when you look at the end result, what are you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, I think for us it's about curation and curating content for the people that live in West Palm and even in the greater the county and region. For us, it's placemaking first and foremost. So, I believe that West Palm has been somewhat fragmented. There are great projects like City Place, but I think this is a much needed sort of curatorial take on what the consumer today wants. So, we led with retail and food and beverage primarily, and I think retail, but food and beverage based retail really drives the destination. And so, for us, it was about curating that retail and restaurant experience so that the customers have something for each day part, each type of cuisine, and a place where someone can spend multiple hours. And we did it with the tenants that are coming to Nora are best in class, more boutique in nature. So it's not your typical chain restaurant type user. It's really sort of chef driven and just a more boutique type experience that we think is necessary. Great places I think are made up of great neighborhoods, and so we're just developing a great neighborhood for downtown.
Now you've already broken ground.
Yeah.
Tell us where you stand on the project.
Yeah, so we're currently under construction on the 160,000 feet of retail, which is like I said, it's about a third restaurants. And the hotel is about to break ground here in the next 2 months. And the hotel will be a 200-key hotel with a signature restaurant, 25,000 square foot rooftop, and should be a great amenity for West Palm.
It sounds like there's a unique nature to this, which since other projects exist like this, you do need to have something you bring something a little bit new to the marketplace.
Yeah, I think we're focused on dining. We've focused specifically on curated hospitality, and that's when you're building a new destination, dining is the best way to draw people, and so we've focused our curation. a lot of these projects start with retail and then anchor with dining. We've really started with dining, and and retail will be a sort of more of a fill-in here. But I think that is sort of our unique and we've searched high and low around the country for best in class restaurateurs and retail retail different retail concepts to bring something that we think is going to be special.
And overall, when you achieve what you hope to achieve, what will the transformation be like for people who know the neighborhood now versus the way it will be when this is complete?
Yeah, it's a complete overhaul of the entire area. So, a lot of we assembled a combination of existing buildings, which we're adaptively reusing, raw land, which, and then there were some single family houses that'll be transformed into 8, 15, and 20-story buildings. But really what this project is an anchor to the north end of the city. And what you've seen going on to our north is that most of the waterfront sites have been gobbled up and are going to be large-scale condo buildings. We hope to be the clubhouse for all of those buildings that sit to the north.
Speaking of the word anchor, I don't know if you can, but of course I'm going to put you on the spot and say, can you give us some idea of what an anchor restaurant or retail may look like in your neighborhood?
We've announced some of our tenants.
Okay.
We have some more big announcements that are going to come in the next 60 to 90 days.
Feel free to do it here.
But I think like I said, we looked at different. We looked high and low sort of throughout the country at different best-in-class operators, and so none of our operators are one-off single unit operators. They all have experience and they all are doing something really well. For the most part. And I think for us, it was important to find that operator that fit both the boutique components of what we were doing, but also had the experience and ability to operate successfully here. So, and then fit the concept mold. So, it's everything from your neighborhood coffee shop to your ultra high-end fine dining. There's something for everyone, men, women, kids. It has a unique appeal, and we've got a heavy arts program, and it'll be a place where you can come and spend the day.
We have so much more to talk about. It sounds so exciting. Ned Grace from NDT Development, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Much more to talk about this morning. Next, my co-anchor Anthony Pozzo talks with a local business owner bringing his newest location to Nora when On the Record returns.
Hello, I am Ana Claudia. The Hispanic population in South Florida just keeps growing. We now represent nearly 1 in 3 young adults in our community. If you are a business owner, that means you have a huge opportunity. Our team at Strella TV West Palm Beach can help you utilize the power for our audience to grow your business. Please call 561-514-7621 for more information.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
I'm Jill Hazy.
And I'm Erin Burns.
We invite you to join us this Sunday for Total Retirement with Ernie Burns, where we'll discuss wealth management, estate planning, and more.
Ernie was named 2022's Forbes Best In-State Security Professional. You don't want to miss it.
Planet Oats so creamy and not watery like.
Exactly, and unsweetened, has 0 grams of sugar.
And don't forget, it's an excellent source of calcium. Wow, Planet Oat really has it all.
You guys are so right.
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, you are. Yeah, you are.
It started. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Welcome! Hi. Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination.
It is an entire transformation. It's like we have a new home. Empire's products are top-notch. The carpeting and the flooring, it's phenomenal. I'm so happy we selected Empire.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
You're watching On the Record on WPBF 25.
Welcome back, and joining me now is future tenant Alex Celis, founder and co-owner of Celis Juice Bar and Cafe. Welcome, Alex. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning. So let's talk a little bit about Celis.
For sure. So Celis was founded by my brothers and I in 2015. We started originally as like a produce market and juice bar. Through the years, we've pivoted and got rid of the whole produce side, and now we're a juice bar and cafe.
Okay, what was kind of the passion behind this idea?
Yeah, so my dad, we're first generation American. My dad came here from Colombia in 1984. In '89, he started a wholesale produce business, small book of business, but growing up, we were always around produce, and he also had a small market in the early 2000s, so we got a lot of inspiration from that. And then, you know, fast forward 10 years later, we started our own market, and we're where we're at now.
And here you are. So you said you started in 2015. I mean, you have a location on Palm Beach. You have one in West Palm Beach, and you say you're opening up another one.
Yeah, we have Del Rey that's in full construction right now. We should be opening in August, and then we're also opening in the Nora district next year.
Yeah, so talk to me about why the Nora location was something that you wanted to, you know, to open up in.
For sure. So the Nora district is really interesting to us because it's a whole new district that's happening in West Palm. So it's really exciting just to see the growth in the city. Also the partners behind the Nora district and the construction behind the Nora district is just, it's top tier, and we're really excited to be a part of this entire project.
Yeah, I mean, is it exciting to know that you're one of the first businesses that will be part of this new development here in our area?
Yeah, definitely kind of like the pioneers in this area.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. What are you hoping that this will do for your business?
I feel like there's going to be just a lot of publicity because of just how large this project is, and the businesses that are moving in are also very unique. You have big time restaurant groups that are coming from the northeast. You also have like fitness studios that are coming from the Northeast. So just to be a part of such like a large project is just going to put us like in a bigger spotlight, I feel.
So that's what you think it's going to do for your business. What do you think it's going to do for the surrounding neighborhood there?
I just think it's going to grow in a very positive area, like in a positive way. There's a ton of growth in the city, and I feel like it's been a very tasteful growth as well. It's been slow and steady. So it's just a really exciting time for West Palm Beach.
Alex, what has the process kind of been like for you as a business owner to get involved in this, for anyone, you know, maybe watching who may be interested in also joining in?
It's been smooth sailing. The team over at Nora is top notch. I know Francis, who's one of the lead representatives on the leasing side. And he's been extremely helpful through the process and going over the leases and just making sure we're all on the same page. And same thing with the team itself. Ned and Sam Grace have been, you know, awesome and very welcoming. So it's just, yeah, overall, like 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, what's the most exciting part of the project? I know you're talking a lot about all the great things, but if you had to pick one thing.
I mean, the whole scope of it is amazing, but I do love how the city is growing, and there's private clubs coming in, there's hotels, there's office towers, there's these incredible businesses that are moving in as well. So it just shows that West Palm is growing, and it's going to continue to grow. So I just feel amazing being a part of it and having my businesses in the area.
Yeah. So what are you and your brothers just, you know, doing right now before the big opening?
We're preparing.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for it. We're in our architectural like drawing phases right now, and I don't want to bore you with all the details, but it's moving along. It's moving along fast too. So we're going to be doing HVAC soon, and then doing our design side, and hopefully we're open, you know, first quarter of next year.
And Alex, I mean, so you said you opened your business in 2015, and here you are going on to, once the Nora project completes, it'll be your 4th location. That's very impressive for a startup business less than 10 years in.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey. It definitely has been a journey.
Well, congratulations to you and your brothers. Thanks so much again for being here with us this morning. Alex Celis of the Celis Juice Bar. Coming up, my co-anchor Todd McDermott explores the architecture and design concepts.
I know firsthand the impact a strong local news team can have in the community, connecting you to breaking news.
We are live from the scene.
The information you need to keep your family safe. It's what the WPBF 25 news team works for every evening. And it's the same goal here at World News Tonight. We're working to bring you closer to the story, taking you wherever the story is, asking the tough questions, getting answers for you.
WPBF 25 News and ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. South Florida's most watched news.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word.
Golders!
Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
There are a few places where you know you'll hear the truth. And this is one of them.
With HealthSun Health Plans, life is a piece of cake with access to exclusive providers that take care of all my medical needs and all under the same roof.
It's like a Medicare makeover. With HealthSun, every year you can receive $1,978 back in your Social Security check, $600 for OTC items, and much more. Take it from me. I'm Mr. Sunshine. Your health deserves a 5-star plan. Call us today.
Final weeks to save at Bayer's $20 million inventory sell-off. Save up to 80% on leather, upholstery, bedrooms, dining rooms, and accessories from all the brands you want. Floor samples, one-of-a-kinds, overstocks, and special purchases. All items are in stock and available for immediate pickup or local delivery. Get in now. It all ends soon. It's the $20 million inventory sell-off, only at Bayer's.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using Safelite. Tell the people why you haven't done it already, my man. It started off as a chip and grew into a crack, and it just keeps going. So what do we do now? I went ahead and scheduled an appointment online at Safelite.com. Told them to meet us here at the beach.
Let's get started.
Oh, Safelite repair.
Safelite replace.
Yeah!
Schedule free mobile service at safelite.com.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Watch Yasmin Chulmis on WPBF 25 News Mornings.
Joining me now, Damian Barr, Managing Partner at NDT Development, to talk more about NORA. Let's talk about the concept of placemaking, what it is and what it does, what can it accomplish when you're in a project like this.
Yeah, so placemaking's creating a place where people want to be.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
What do you need to do to make it really connect with them when they see it?
Yeah, well, I think you have to create places that they can come many times over, not just once a week or once a month. They can come in the morning to do something, they can come at lunchtime to do something, they can come in the evening, or they can come in the morning and spend the day. So things that they can do all day and different experiences throughout the day.
Let's talk a little bit about the architecture, because I heard some mixed use, and you have buildings that are there, you are connecting buildings as well. Talk a little bit about that process, because it's complex, and it really is kind of a puzzle.
Yeah, it was really important to us to keep the character of the area and the buildings and the authenticity of the area. So there were 11 existing buildings along North Railroad Avenue, and we kept 9 of them. They were built between 1925 and 1970, all in varying conditions. And we did our best to adaptively reuse as many as we could. So we're keeping 9 of those, and we're building 4 new buildings. So it'll be a mix of old and new along North Railroad Avenue. I
talked to Ned about this a little earlier in the program, about the concept involving this neighborhood. Now, do you have the idea first of it would be great to create a neighborhood environment like this, or do you see the neighborhood and then get inspired by what you see?
Yeah, I think it's the latter for sure. You see the neighborhood and then you get inspired. We originally went back there, and there was 3 or 4 buildings that we thought were just incredible, and we thought we could probably do something just with those buildings, but the project grew, and now we can do something incredible with the whole area.
You talked about how old the buildings are. What about them attracted you to them? You said they were pretty incredible.
Yeah, just how they were built, the old steel that's still in place from 100 years ago that's perfectly done, beautiful old Miami-Dade pine, the different facades on the buildings. They're all unique, and I think people are going to really enjoy them.
What's the challenge like to take something like that and preserve as much as you can while making it modern for use in decades ahead.
Yeah, it is challenging, but it's also fun. You've got to sort of bring it up to the modern day, like you said, sort of energy codes and electrical and all of those types of things. But the main structure of those buildings, they used to be built really, really well, and they're still really strong. So it's fun to do.
Did you see anything in a particular building where you went, well, that has to stay? We need to either feature that or make sure it does not go away?
Yeah, lots of them, lots of buildings. Mainly timbers, original timbers, steel archways, different ceiling heights. Some buildings are set back, some are set forward. It was sort of like a movie set.
That's a pretty interesting analogy.
Yeah.
Now, the new buildings, will they fit into that whole mode at the same time and appear to be of one idea?
No, so the new buildings are more modern and contemporary, which we think's a great mix with the old character. So I think people are going to enjoy the different buildings along the street.
I know that when you do a project like this, you don't want to be compared to anything else. But are there other neighborhoods or other development projects you've seen that help inspire you to do something like this kind of work in Nora?
Yeah, I think that it's hard to find other projects that are exactly the same as this one, but you always go to areas that have some sort of similarities, old neighborhoods that have been revitalized. Obviously Wynwood in Miami is a great one, and our partner Joe First was a big part of creating Wynwood. There's stuff in Nashville, there's stuff in California, there's places all around the place that have inspired us.
Since you brought up Wynwood, what about Wynwood, in your opinion, made it a success? Some of these projects really don't turn out to be what was hoped. Wynwood is a great example of something that worked.
Yeah, when there's old buildings and there's industrial areas and warehouses and places that have been forgotten, and you start to put life back into those buildings, these old buildings have a lot of character and personality, and you start to resuscitate them with vibrant food and beverage or coffee shops or art, and people start going back to these areas. They have more of a story than new construction. And I think people enjoy the fact that there was stories before them in this area.
Sure, and they can feel a connection to that as well. Let's talk about beautification, streetscape. That's got to be something that's important to making this work as well.
Yeah, there's a big sort of streetscape component to this project. We have a 50-foot right-of-way that goes from 7th Street to 11th Street, which is about 1,400 feet long. We've enhanced the sidewalks to be 14 feet sidewalks. We're doing curbless street, with a cobblestone street. We're doing pocket parts with art installations in them, and some public patio areas as well. And we've also designed the street to be cordoned off or blocked off for street markets or events and pedestrian friendly.
In my last minute with you, I'm just strictly personally, I have 2 little girls. This sounds like a place you would go to and not just stop in for a quick bite. You might want to go and spend an entire afternoon and evening there.
That's the goal, right? Yeah, to have families come and spend the day or afternoons and grab some ice cream, grab a coffee, grab something to eat, plan the parks, hang out, and enjoy themselves.
How many years in are you in this project?
6 years. 6 years. We started in 2018.
And will it ever be done? When will it be done?
Yeah, so we'll start. Phase 1 will open in the first part, in the first quarter of 25, and then we'll finish out completing phase 1 by the end of 25. So at the end of next year, the entire street from 7th Street to 10th Street will be open, and then the hotel opens up in mid-June. Mid-26, June 26th.
All right, North Railroad Avenue, Nora. Thank you so much for going on the record today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
As Floridians, we know storms are a part of life, and hurricane season is here. That's why it's so important to be prepared. At FPL, we're working every day year-round to get ready for storm season. And we want to make sure you're ready too. So develop a plan, stock up on supplies, and secure your home before severe weather hits. Visit fpl.com/storm for a storm guide and download our mobile app to get real-time updates. FPL, working for you every single day.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today's guest is Kara from Eyeglass World.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
All right, Kara. What's it like being the fastest woman in the world?
Me? I'm not.
But you work at Eyeglass World. You make people's glasses the same day. You're so fast.
Are you messing with me?
Do you get a lot of speeding tickets?
Get 2 pairs of glasses for $89 the same day at Eyeglass World, the world's best way to buy glasses.
The best summer plans come from the back seat.
Let's go camping. I want to see a dinosaur. Let's rescue a puppy, a real one. Let's go on a big family road trip.
Volvo plug-in hybrids. Short trips on electric, longer trips on gas.
Mom, can we drive until we see the stars?
The Volvo XC60 and XC90 plug-in hybrid.
Visit your local Volvo retailer to explore plug-in hybrid vehicles during the Summer Safely Savings event.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Bad boy mowers aren't built for everyone. They're built for the bold, the originals, people who get the job done and love every second of it. Bad boys are built for horsepower and cutting-edge precision with a first-of-its-kind 3-link suspension and a style all their own. Because you're not everyone, and that's a good thing. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
Lots of development and growth in West Palm Beach. Thanks so much for making us a part of your morning.
A lot of excitement coming from Nora. And as always, we encourage you to be part of our discussion each and every Sunday morning right here at 10 o'clock. Until then, you can watch this morning's On the Record episode and every episode on our website, WPBF.com, and on our free WPBF 25 News app. Matter of Fact with Sullivan O'Brien is next. We hope you have a great Sunday. We'll see you again next week.